Wind whipped Napoleon's cloak. Rain lashed his face. He stood on the cliffs of Boulogne, his gaze fixed across the churning waters of the English Channel. Grey clouds mirrored the storm brewing within him. England, so close, yet frustratingly out of reach. He had conquered much of Europe. A continent trembled before him. But England, that defiant island nation, resisted his grasp. His Grande Armée, the finest in Europe, chafed for battle on the shores. They were ready, but the sea remained a formidable barrier. The invasion hinged on control of the Channel. Napoleon needed his navy to secure passage, to clear the way for his legions. His admirals assured him victory, but doubt gnawed at him. He had seen the might of the British Royal Navy. He turned from the sea, a sense of foreboding settling over him. The fate of Europe, his destiny, hung in the balance. The invasion had to succeed. He would see England crushed beneath his heel. The roar of cannon fire split the air. Smoke choked the sky, shrouding the ships in an eerie haze. The sea boiled around the warships, churned by a maelstrom of iron and fire. French and British ships, locked in a deadly embrace, traded broadsides with ferocious intensity. The air reeked of gunpowder and death. Splintered wood flew, masts crashed, and men screamed as they were consumed by fire or dragged beneath the waves. Admiral Villeneuve, commanding the combined French and Spanish fleet, fought with desperation. He knew the fate of the invasion rested on his shoulders, but the British, led by the indomitable Nelson, were relentless. The battle raged for hours, a chaotic dance of death beneath a pall of smoke. When the guns finally fell silent, the French fleet was shattered, their dreams of invasion sunk beneath the waves. The map lay spread across the table, a canvas of Napoleon's ambition. He traced his finger across its surface, from the plains of Europe to the shores of England. Each city, every river, represented a piece in his grand strategic game. His marshals, hardened veterans of countless campaigns, watched him intently. They had conquered empires at his side, but the invasion of England presented a new set of challenges. Logistics, weather, and above all, the Royal Navy stood between them and victory. Napoleon paced, his mind racing. He needed a new strategy, a way to outmaneuver the British and break their control of the sea. He considered every angle, every possible scenario. His frustration grew with each passing moment. He slammed his fist on the map, his voice echoing through the silent chamber. "England will fall," he declared, his eyes burning with an intense fire. But even as he spoke, doubt lingered in the back of his mind. He sat astride his horse, a solitary figure silhouetted against the setting sun. The English coastline, so tantalizingly close, stretched before him. He could almost taste victory, yet it remained beyond his grasp. The failure of the invasion weighed heavily on him. The Grande Armée, poised for conquest, had been forced to turn away. The British blockade held firm, their ships a constant reminder of his thwarted ambition. Napoleon stared across the water, his face etched with a mixture of anger and resignation. England, the thorn in his side, had once again defied him. His dreams of conquest lay shattered on the shores of that distant land. He turned his horse away from the sea, his cloak billowing in the wind. His gaze hardened, his resolve unbroken. The war was far from over. He would find a way to break England, to bend her to his will. He was Napoleon, and he did not know the meaning of defeat.